Yep, we're rolling for yet another fragrance review. So here we have, well, it's a classic, but this is actually a newer version of the original Davidoff Cool Water. This is the intense version over the years, and also an EDP. Over the years I've gone through, like a lot of guys, numerous bottles of Cool Water, the original by Davidoff EDT. Very effervescent, very 90s nostalgia. Lots of guys used to wear it, they still do. And I was just curious because I saw it on offer online. As I say, when I was younger I used to go through bottles of this, very cheap, very strong, lasted a long time for an EDT, fresh, clean. Ozonic blue at the shower, but also classic masculine smell profile, I should say. So off the top, similar price as the EDT, like 20 to 30 pound, up to 200ml. You can buy big bottles of this. It used to last ages, I recall. But just putting this out there, this is a slightly different version of the original. This is also an EDP, not the EDT, and the note breakdown obviously follows that that profile. That is actually quite different. So this was a blind buy for me. Again, I just saw it, I thought, oh, okay, you know, I know exactly what Cool Water smells like, or the original, and I just fancied something different. So I think I paid £20 or £18 for this, but it, as I said, ranges from 20 to 30 for the larger size. This is 75ml. So the top note is quite simple with this one: green mandarin, the middle coconut nectar, and the base is amber. So again, just to show you, the bottle looks exactly like the original, but just got the intense in the name and the EDP. Slightly darker bottle than the original blue. It was a nice surprise actually. Again, I'll put it on the skin in a minute, but it was very different, but has the sort of elements of the original. So I think if you enjoy the original, you're going to like this. The only thing I'll say, again, I'll put it on the skin, the only thing I will say is that considering it's an EDP, I wouldn't necessarily say that the performance and radiance is as good as the EDT. In that aspect, the EDT is just as good, and obviously being an EDT, it's slightly cheaper as well. So just putting that out there. But it's different. If you like the original, you might like this, but I'll reiterate, it's not the original. It smells quite different actually. So feels like I did 4 there, but I've got a fan next to me, and the third just blew onto my leg. So yeah, very nice. Again, similar to, or the initial, similar to the original Davidoff Cool Water. Blue, ozonic, shower gel, fresh, clean vibes. However, not as blue. I'd say it's kind of got an effervescence about it, green notes as well, and the key is how it dries down. Unlike, say, the original, I keep bringing the bottle up because it's not, minus this being darker, the original bottle is exactly the same design. The original sort of stays more linear. Again, by its design, it's an EDT. It pushes out that fresh, clean vibes, the sort of sporty, masculine vibes. It fits that brief very well. The only difference with this, in terms of it being intense, I wouldn't necessarily say it's like an intenser version, but the amber or the dry down of this is very nice, because again, I like amber, so it becomes a bit more nuanced in the dry down. So it's different. I'm not going to say it's worse. I still like the original, but I also like this. In terms of performance and radiance, the radiance is pretty similar to the EDT. First hour or two, it pushes out quite nicely. But I would say the key, or how it differs, is it's slightly the dry down. The amber and the dry down isn't in the original. In terms of the dry down, sorry, So again, I think if you like Davidoff Cool Water, the original, this is like a different take on it. Some people might prefer the original. I'm sort of indifferent. I just think it's got certain aspects of the original, but it also has that dry down that's very different. And it's also an EDP, so it lasts a bit longer on the skin. In terms of the radiance, obviously I think the EDT slightly edges this in terms of the push, and I remember the original, I've not bought it for several years, but the Cool Water Davidoff is very potent. So overall I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. It's decent, nothing special though, but cheap and cheerful. So yeah, I'll end that there. So Cool Water Davidoff Intense EDP.